I mean, no meats. There are states that have no meats. How you doing? I'm sorry I turned y'all on late, but you're in here with me now. So there are some states that just don't have the essentials, and that goes for meats included. That goes for meats. I hope that sounds better. That goes for meats included. So here's what you can do. For resetting in a recession, I'm going to be talking about several things, and I'm going to get into a little bit of detail, and then I'm going to tell you where you can find more information on it. So the first one is for you and your family, create a nutritional regimen that is primarily plant-based with vegetables, fruits, and a multivitamin. Multivitamin. And there's a reason why I'm saying multivitamin is because doctors are even recommending the multivitamin, because you do have multivitamins that will increase your immune system, along with some other things that does increase your immune system. So nutritional regimen, plant-based and fruits, and a multivitamin. Hi, Oliver. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, how you doing? And what physical activity does, I'm sure y'all have heard this on your radio station, that because we are confined in our homes, we should be doing this, we should be doing that. And physical activity always play a part in there. In case you ever wondered why physical activity played a part in there, and that's because physical activity increases your B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, as well as your natural killer T cells. So if you hear that a lot on the radio, that is primarily the reason why. Because exercises increases those cells that's needed to protect and defend our immune system. You could be bike riding, you could be running, you could be jogging, you can get a Stairmaster in your house. It's a lot you can do. Get up, turn on the radio. There's a lot of DJs today that has something called DJ Takeover. I know if I seen it, y'all seen it. And these DJs that are involved in this DJ Takeover, they are literally playing music for us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You're going to always find a DJ somewhere in your social media circle that's connected to you on Facebook that's playing music for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 24 hours. These DJs are actually helping us out. And what I suggest you do is, when you see that a DJ has went live, tune in. Tune into that DJ and get to dancing. You could be clogging, you could be ballroom dancing, you could be freestyling, freaking it out, you could be breakdancing, do something, but just dance. You could be doing Zumba if they're playing Zumba type of music. If they playing house music, like me, you can get down with the house music. Hey, yeah, because on Monday nights it's me and house music. You can also be doing line dancing, but do something. Even if you just do the physical fitness activity. Hi, Miles. Even if you just do gym type physical fitness activity, that still is going to help boost your immune system. So when these DJs tune in and they go live, you should be tuning in right along with them, because this is something that doesn't cost you any money. They're doing this for free on their time, making us happy, be happy to music. Don't cost you a cent. It costs you time to listen and get in the mood, mentally stimulating. You know what? This G-Day is playing this kind of music and I'm feeling it. That's what you're going to do. At least you should. Facebook, I played music at the beginning. I got a notification from Facebook that part of this is going to be muted. And I already said I do not own the rights to this music. That is my disclaimer. So I will be playing maybe very little music because Facebook do, y'all can't see it, but I get the notification that my music is being muted in X amount of countries. It is what it is. Third thing on the list is consider a home-based business. Now, hi Dwayne, why do I say consider a home-based business? Take a look at your financial status right now. This should be a wake-up call for everybody. This should be a wake-up call for you, and for you. It should be a wake-up call for all of us to consider starting a home-based business. Over the weekend, I interviewed a woman who was employee to entrepreneur. And she was one of those individuals. I'm glad that she gave me the opportunity to interview her, because she was a woman that had a very good job, paid very good money, and she even admitted herself that she could not believe that they let her go, considering she was the only employee there that did the type of work that she did. Fast forward, hindsight, one of her friends came to her and asked her to join her in her business. And she reluctantly did it. She didn't want to do it because she felt as though that she wouldn't make a good entrepreneur. But today she's doing pretty damn well for herself in the entrepreneurial field and making more money than her nice job paid her. You can see, if you want to see that interview, you can check that interview out on JBL TV Network, which is on Amazon Fire Stick and also on Roku. But give me time enough to put that interview up on the network. It should be up there tonight, but just give me time to get it there. So if you own a Fire Stick, if you own a Roku, you can actually see some episodes of the Women's Closet TV show. You'll also see some interviews up there, and I am contemplating on putting some of the radio shows up there, but there will be other creators up there as well other than myself, especially what's going on now. And one of the physicians that I pay close attention to, because he's in advanced medicine, he has just came out and said it's okay to share his information. And what he has to say is something to think about when it comes to what we're going through today, and keep that in mind. Number 4, network with like-minded people. What do I mean by that? You want to network with people who think outside the box. You want to network with people who are forward thinkers. They think ahead of time. They prepare for the unexpected. And when I wrote this down, it made me think of, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this or you have watched them on TV. If y'all remember, do y'all remember Doomsday Preppers? Doomsday Preppers is a group of people who are like-minded individuals who have one common goal in mind, and that is preparing for the end of days. But they plan. So when I thought about networking with like-minded people, forward thinkers, people that think outside the box, in this day and time when you consider, hi Diva, in this day and time, when you're considering a home-based business, you want to connect with people who has that. You don't want to connect with people who don't have a home-based business. How are they going to tell you what to do? How are they going to guide you? How are they going to tell you what steps to take? How are they going to tell you about the legal ramifications? How are they going to tell you what to do or suggest it? So number 4 is network with like-minded people that are forward thinkers and they think outside the box. So if you run across or you know anybody that say, hey, we're in hard times today, and you know, we don't have a job, businesses are closed, the only ones that's in existence that's open is essential personnel, which we are going to get into. Because I'm gonna let you know what jobs is hiring for those protesters who's itching to go back to work. I got a whole list of over 20 jobs that's hiring. Hopefully, when I get to this list, you don't have a reason to protest no more, because you can go straight to these jobs online and apply, because they are hiring. They put it out there, how many employees that they are hiring. And I have a list of, I think, 26, list of 26. So the next thing I wrote down was read some books. Read some books on personal development, self-improvement, entrepreneurship, and also include daily affirmations. Daily affirmations will keep you positive, put you in a state of mind, and what we call this thing up here, our temple. Our whole body is a temple, but this right here is very powerful, because anything we do starts with this right here. So you don't need to go to the bookstore. You can just go to Barnes and Noble or Amazon online and look for self-improvement, hi Sinai, self-improvement books, personal development books, and entrepreneurship. Those are the 3 categories that you should, if you're looking to reset in this recession, reading is important. It's right up there with oxygen. Right up there with oxygen. It used to be a saying, money was right up there with oxygen, but not today. Money's not up there with oxygen. Not today's time, because of the life, our new normal that we're living in today. This is our new normal. And because we're in this normal, we are going to have to make the changes that's needed, that may be required for our families. I don't believe that what we're going through is going to end no time soon, based on the information that has been put out, whether it's false, and if it's false, you need to do your due diligence. As for the facts that are out there, they're scary. They're very, very scary. Even with some of the people, it's a group of like-minded individuals again, that have these conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but I do listen to them. And depending on what they're saying, I can decipher it. So you can pick out, hey, what's true, what's not true. Think about that for a minute, just a minute. The next thing I have on my list is consider using, and I know this is going to be hard because they probably don't exist no more because of the evolution of technology. And I put this down here. Consider using non-EMF devices. So that's kind of hard. You know why? Because just about everybody, except for the natives, have a freaking microwave. We do. Just about everybody has some type of cellular device, a phone. And now it is legal for smart meters to be put in. Smart meters emit a lot of radiation. Cellular towers, the towers that's going up, EMF people, EMF. If you have any doubt about what I'm saying, do your due diligence. Better yet, I'm gonna let you have this one. Go to Google and type in EMF research. Check out what comes up. Do your due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. Hi, Levine. Do your due diligence. Google it. A wealth of information is definitely going to come up. Now, for anybody out there that's itching to get a 5G service, you need a 5G phone. You need a 5G phone, everybody. Why would anybody want a 5G phone? Why? Because it's fast. Fast. The 5G phone is fast, and you just got to have something that's up to date, keeping up with the times, not considering what it can do to your health. So let's talk about that. I didn't mention wireless routers. That was the only thing I forgot to mention, was wireless routers. So let's talk about some of the effects that it can have on your health and some symptoms that the powerhouse of 5G can cause, especially if you have a smart meter near your apartment building or near your house. I'm watching my time. Okay, near your house. So these are some of the symptoms that you can get from EMF devices. Then I'm gonna tell y'all something that I did, because there's an app on your phone that you can download, and it'll tell you how much radiation is emitting, especially when you start walking around cell towers and any other type of devices. So first one on the list is insomnia, sleep disturbance, cognitive disturbance, thinking pattern disturbance, y'all, mental stimulation. Hi, Eric. Thanks for tuning in with me. Headaches, tendinitis. Tendinitis is ringing in the ear. Fatigue, irritability, and stress. Those are the symptoms that you can get if you are around EMF for long periods of time. So take this into consideration. We are involved into 5G. So in case y'all didn't know it, T-Mobile and Sprint has merged. So if you have Sprint merged with T-Mobile. So there's 5G for you. However, you need a 5G phone. That 5G phone is surely is going to cost over or close to $1,000. It's new technology. But here's the crazy part, y'all. This technology for 5G has been discussed and talked about back in 2015 and 2016. And we're in 2020. I'm having a hot flash. We're in 2020. So this was already in the making for 5G. Already there. Does it remind you of anything like what we're going through today, that this was already discussed way back when President Obama was president, and he clearly said we had to be prepared for a pandemic? Do anybody remember when he said that? I do. He said it in one of his speeches. You don't believe me? Go look it up. He talked about being prepared for what we are going through today when he was president, commander-in-chief of the United States of America. He talked about it then. Was anybody really paying attention? Maybe, maybe not. And you know what? He wasn't the only one back then that was talking about pandemic. You have employees that work in infectious diseases departments at government level. Those employees knew of the possibility of a pandemic happening because they working in it. You take WHO, NIH, CDC, NIH, National Institutes of Health, everybody. WHO, World Health Organization, everybody. CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Where do y'all think these viruses is stored at? Where do you think they're stored? And then the worst that can happen is that somebody who works in one of those entities gets hold of one of those microorganisms, which is pathogens, bacteria, viruses, parasites, mycoplasmas, yeast, all that good stuff. They're all microorganisms. And I'm gonna be talking some more about that. If you have any questions on what I'm saying, just Facebook, type it in and I'll answer your questions. Radio Land, if you have any questions, you can type in your comment when I upload it to the channel and I'll answer it that way. You have been listening to the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show. And I am on Sador Radio every Monday. I'll be right back, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Hey, Michael. Hey, house music, y'all. Facebook, I don't own the rights to this music. Hey. Hey. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show on Sador Radio. Housekeeping rules. Housekeeping rules. If you're on the radio and you're tuned into me, share this with your friends. Tell them to download it on their iPhone or their Android phone. Type in Sador Radio. Tune in with me every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have something for everybody, 7 days a week. So we were talking about things that you can do to reset in a recession. We also talked about social media and technology and this evolution of 5G and why it's being pushed. So let me say this. Don't be so quick to rush and tune in with 5G. We have 4G. 4G is cool, it's good, it's fast, but not as fast as 5G. Here's the thing, 5G, remember I said technology, everybody. Technology. Big Brother is already watching us. Already watching us. If you own an Alexa device, I'm gonna give you an example. If you own an Alexa device and you're sitting there talking, hey baby, how you doing? And you're sitting there talking, and if Alexa light come on, you know that little blue light come on and it starts circling around, Alexa will start talking to you in your conversation. I know because it happened to me while I was live. So think about that. Technology, 5G. I told you the symptoms that it can cause, but I'm gonna give you some more information on 5G. The other thing that 5G does is it can interfere with your calcium channels. And what that means is it will manipulate substances crossing the cell membrane, transportation of the cell membrane. So this 5G, it sounds great, everybody. I get it. I get it. You know, everybody wants to keep up with the latest technology, but this 5G thing got a lot of negative health effects attached to it. Not only that, it's going to connect everything electronically. You think Big Brother is watching us now? Oh, you just wait. You just wait till all these freaking 5G towers that just pop up everywhere. Yeah, baby.
Tomorrow is Papa's birthday.
I know that. Thank you. I'm on the radio. That's my grandbaby. So with the 5G towers popping up everywhere, it's going to connect everything. Anything electronically, it's going to connect. Do your research, people. Do your research. Don't be so, every time some new freaking device come out, don't be so quick to run out there and get it. Find out if it has some drawbacks to it, health-wise. Find out if it has some side effects that's going on with it before you just go out there and say, okay, I want the latest freaking phone and see what's up with that. Don't do that. That's not a good thing. Now I want to talk about those companies that are hiring. So let me tell you about the statement that Governor Cuomo said on TV, because people are out there protesting like they ain't got nothing else to do. So this is what he said. He said, for all those protesters that's out there protesting because they want to go back to work, then you need to go out there and get you an essential job. That way you can go back to work. That's what he said. And guess what? I have a list of the jobs that are hiring. So if you're one of those individuals that, I know that we all need to go back to work because we all need to make money. Our bankers, the mortgage companies is on us. The landlords is on us. If you got credit cards, your creditors is on you. Anything you do, anything we do that costs money and money is exchanged, we are in hard times because it's just not there. It's not. So for those jobs that are considered essential jobs, here's the list, everybody. Here's the list of the essential jobs that is hiring. So all you protesters, I'm talking to the protesters right now. Radio Land, I'm talking to y'all too if y'all protesting out there. So for all you protesters that are out there, and you have a very good point, but please consider what it is that you are risking for you as well as your families and anybody you know that is affiliated with you in close quarters. So here are the jobs that are hiring. Caregiver agencies are hiring. Walmart is hiring. CVS is hiring. Amazon is always hiring. General Dollar is hiring. Companies that hire truck drivers. So if you have a CDL license, companies that hire truck drivers, they are always hiring, especially in today's time, because I did read that in some states, because there's nobody to transport the meat from state to state, that meat is going bad. And if the meat is going bad, that means there is a decrease in the food chain. So think about that. There's a decrease in the food chain. That would tell you to start thinking plant-based foods, fruits, vegetables, multivitamins. That's what I started with. Next is, if you are a pharmacist, they are hiring. Nurses, y'all already know, they're hiring. UPS, United Parcel Service, they are hiring. Grocery stores, they're hiring. Delivery services, they're hiring. Rite Aid, they're hiring. Whole Foods, they're hiring. American Bakers Association. American Bakers Association is hiring. Kroger's Supermarket, they're hiring. Instacart Delivery Service, they're hiring. Pepsi Cola, right here in Philly, everybody. They have one of their plants right up here on the boulevard. They are hiring. Papa John's, hiring. 7-Eleven, hiring. Walgreens, they're hiring, everybody, they're hiring. Domino's, Dollar Tree, hiring. Aldi's, hiring. Costco's, hiring. Albertsons food chain stores, parent company Safeway, they are hiring. HEB food stores, they are hiring. I've given you 20 companies that's considered essential. So everybody that's out there protesting, and I get why you're protesting, but the question is it safe to be out there? Now, because y'all want to be out there, I just given you 27 employers that's considered essential that you can go online and apply for work. I get it. We all need a job or a business, and I say that with enthusiasm, or a business. This should be a wake-up call, everybody. It really should. For people who believe what my friend believes, I have a great job, I'm making good money, my employer will never get rid of me because I made myself valuable to my employer. I am an asset to my employer. Well, can you still say that today? I don't think so. For anybody, if you're not part of that 1%, and I know y'all know what I mean when I say 1%, if you're not part of the 1%ers, the rich, the wealthy, and you're in the working class like most of us are, you need to start considering being the creator of your own destiny when it comes to your finances, your income. You need to really start thinking about that. Which brings me to this, the science of a home-based business. So it is estimated, and what I'm about to tell you, I didn't make this number up, but I'm gonna tell you what the numbers are, and then I'm gonna share with you where the numbers came from, okay? So with the science of a home-based business, it has been estimated that 3 million jobs will be eliminated because of COVID-19. 3 million. How do you count 3 million? 3 million jobs estimated will be eliminated because of COVID-19. Also called SARS-CoV-2, which causes the disease pathology COVID-19. That was put out by the Economic Policy Institute. Economic Policy Institute put that number out about these jobs. That's what they do, economics. Everybody know what that is. So if you are a employee, I'm going to share this information with you. Now, when I say this, when I say this, I'm not saying if you have a job to go back to, quit your job. No, I'm not saying that at all. If you are one of those individuals that was laid off, your employer just closed their doors, and you have to go out here and reapply for another job, this will pertain to you. If you are already an entrepreneur, hey, you get it. I don't need to tell you this. You already getting it and you're doing the damn thing. All right. So transitioning from employee to entrepreneur, home-based business, number one, With a home-based business, either you're going to have a product or a service. And I'm going to tell you this. In these times, I suggest and recommend that you have a home-based business, product-based. Why? Because if you think about everything we're going through and our government have shut down everything, all the service-based industries are closed, to include me. All of the service-based businesses are closed. Where does that leave the entrepreneur who has a service-based business? Where? You always have to have a plan A, B, C, and a D. It's not like it used to be, go to school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, find a good ass job, buy a nice house with a picket fence and a white dog. I had all that. I did everything traditionally that I was supposed to do. And you want to know what? My oh shit moment was, it's not enough. I did everything I was supposed to do, along with a whole lot of other people. But you learn that it is simply not enough. I work for the Philadelphia School District. I served my time in the military 20 plus years. I retired from the Postal Service. Not enough. I transitioned to entrepreneur, but I was an entrepreneur for years because I knew ahead of time, way ahead of time. You have to plan this stuff and prepare. That's key. You have to prepare for this stuff. It's not like one day you wake up and shit gonna change. It's not. You have to put things in place and literally prepare. Same thing when I closed both my spas. I just didn't one day say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just close up my spas. I had to have a plan in place before I closed up both my spa locations. For me, I had to increase my product. I had to start focusing on my products that I make. I also had to say, okay, I need a plan C. My plan C was this, radio. I also needed a plan D. My plan D is my television network. 2 of them, actually 3 of them, because I am a continuing educator across the states. My love is for teaching. I say that not to brag on myself, not to put my life out there, because I'm a very private person, but I do say this to impress upon you, if little old me, just me, little old me, can make this transition, so can you. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But I'm gonna tell you this, is it work involved? Yes, it is. And my thing is this, if you can give your employer, whoever your employer is, 100% of your time, because you know, you gotta drive to work, gotta clock in a certain time, you go to lunch at a certain time, and you clock in and out from lunch. You got a certain job description that you must do that was told that you will do. Then you got to clock out and go home. Then you got to wait on a check, a certain amount of a check, because you're getting paid a certain amount of money per hour. unless you are a salaried employee. And even as a salaried employee, that was dictated to you. Time to start thinking, people. Wouldn't you like to change that and say, hey, I would like to make X amount of dollars per week. I would like to make X amount of dollars per month. I would like to do this with my family. I would like to do this with my children. Something. I want control of how much money I make. Wages, family, wages. You pay your taxes on wages before you even get your money. Before you get your check, taxes is taken out, which means you pay taxes on money that you earned and you didn't get it all. Nope, you did not. Now, let's talk about profit, revenue. There's a difference. On the employee side, you pay taxes on your wages. On the entrepreneur side, you're going to pay taxes, but you pay taxes after all your expenses is deducted. Y'all see the difference? Plus, as an entrepreneur, you have a lot of advantages to take care of for taxes. There's a lot of advantages in taxes, a lot of stuff you can write off. With a home-based business, whatever room you operate your business out of in your home, some of that stuff is tax deductible. Think about it. Having a home-based business, being an entrepreneur is not bad, not at all. Because most of the entrepreneurs that I know across the states, they're kicking ass. They're not missing a freaking beat. Why? Because they have a product that people need. There's a difference between a need and a freaking want. You can want something forever, but a need is totally different, everybody. And that's how I raise my children. Anytime they ask me something, is it a want or is it a need? If they say some crazy stuff like, well, I want, well, then you don't get it. You don't get it. For me, it has to be a need and it has to make sense. Is entrepreneurship in today's time a need? I would say so, considering what the Economic Policy Institute said, that they estimated 3 million jobs is going to be eliminated. Are you one of those individuals that don't have a job to go back to? My sister-in-law, she called me last week and she was asking me about, do I know of, now this might not apply to you, but it might apply to someone you know. And this is what she said. She had friends, co-workers, people she know, associates coming to her asking about, do they know of any schooling training center that is teaching GED courses? And the reason why this group of people is concerned about it is because their job, they don't have a job to go back to, y'all. And their fear is this: if my job shut down, which some of them did, and they don't have a job to go back to, and the job that they did have, high school diploma, college degree, GED, was not a requirement. So for these individuals, they had a job and it didn't require no prerequisites. So when this flattens out, as they say, or we can go back to what is going to be our new normal, these individuals are concerned about having the credentials to apply for a new job when the economy opens back up. How many people is in this situation? I would say a lot of people. A lot of people is in their situation. They are not in that situation alone, not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Next is make it a family business. Why do I say make it a family business? Because if you make it a family business and you hire your family members as employees, that's a benefit. It is what it is. I didn't make this stuff up. Base your number one, make it a product based. I mean, you can do service based, but for times like this, you need product based. Product based, home based business is what I'm talking about. You need product based. So let's base it on a skill or talent. And we're just sticking to home base. I'm not going to put out, this is what I don't want you to do. Don't go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to just open up a brick and mortar. I'm going to go rent a building. I'm going to go buy a building. If you are service-based, guess what? And we in this kind of stuff, you're going to be closed. Like everybody else, that's not essential. Going to be closed. Like everybody else, that is not essential. So, you know what they say, KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Take the stupid out, but keep it simple. Make it family business. You make it a family business, you're leaving a legacy for your family. And that's the truth. If you make it a family business, you are leaving a legacy for somebody in your family. Okay? You are. Pick a skill or a talent that you may have. Pick a skill or a talent that you may have. Why do I say skill or talent? Because if you have a talent, you can definitely create a product. If you have some type of skills, you can definitely create a product. DJs. DJing is a service, but guess what? DJs can flip it. Disc jockeys, music, that's a service. But you know what? They can take that talent that they have of DJing, spinning the turntable, and make a product. CDs. It is what it is. It's a product. And in today's time, even though we have DJ takeover, those DJs that's in the DJ takeover, clocking dollars, baby, clocking dollars, because they can make CDs. Who the hell not going to buy some music? I'm a househead. Let me come across a DJ, and all I ask is one question. Can you do CDs that has nothing on it but house music? As soon as they tell me yes, I'm buying. I love me some house music. And that's an example for turning a service into a product, providing that you have a service-based business that you can convert to a product-based business. If you don't, it won't work. It's just not going to work. So start off with a product-based business, using your talent and your God-given skill that you were blessed with and born with at birth. You may have learned it on the way, but innately it was already there. I talked about the tax advantages. You also want to know about legal entities, home base. So Here are your two choices. Do you want to be an LLC, limited liability company, or do you want to be a sole proprietor? Those are your two choices. If you're doing this as a family, that's a family decision. If there is no family, that's a me decision. That's all you. Anything you say goes. But if it's going to be family oriented, bring your family in. And I don't mean, because family can be funny, y'all. Family can be really funny when it comes to business. You want to select family members that you definitely know. Know them from the soul. From the soul. Because family can be funny. You know them business-wise. They're not clowns. They're serious-minded. They have the entrepreneurial spirit. They are of like mind. And the most important factor, you like them and you trust them. That is the like, know, trust factor in entrepreneurship. When people, especially when you're reaching out to acquire clients, you must build relationships, business relationships, y'all, business relationships. You must build business relationships in order for people to say, okay, I want to purchase what you have. Number one, they got to like you to do business with you. They have to know you, know something about you where you are trustworthy and they'll trust you. And people do business with people that they like, know, trust. That is the like, know, trust factor in business. You're getting a lot of stuff out of me. Product-based. Next, I want to talk about the second part of resetting in a recession and being prepared for the definite unexpected. If you have not thought about this, I want y'all to start to think about this. And that is, consider investing in companies. And there's ways that you can invest in a company and not go through a broker to do it. There is an app called, I'm gonna type it so y'all can see it, and y'all could just go there and check it out for yourself. All right, did it come up? I hope it did. Okay, Stash. All right, hi AJ. Hey AJ, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in, AJ. So let me tell you about Stash. Stash is an app that you can download, and it will allow you to invest in individual companies. When you do investments, now you have money working for you. Investments is all about money working for you and not you working for money. J-O-B, you're working for money. You do some work, you get the consideration called money. Same thing with entrepreneurship. You have a business, you have a product, you have a service, somebody is going to buy it. Consideration is money. Investments is money working for you. So let's talk about that. I put up Stash, Radio Land. That is an app that is on Android and iPhone. Go to your iPhone store or your Google Play Store and type in Stash. Stash Radio Land allows you to invest in individual companies. And with some of these companies, not like you need a whole lot of money to invest in. If all you have is $2, $3, $5, you can actually invest. I believe a stash, the minimum is $5. You can start. I'm just giving y'all information to shift, to start, to think. Paradigm shift, mental paradigm shift. Start to think long-term. Think outside the box. Forward thinking. Being prepared for the unexpected. That's what this is about. None of us expected this stuff that we're going through today. I mean, you had some key players that knew it. You had some key players that know the truth. Then you have some people that know of the key players and they are exposing those key players. We, as a community of population, we listen to the news. Sometimes everything you hear in the news, you might have to decipher. Hi, Mr. Russell. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Keith. Thanks for tuning in. You might have to decipher those things that you catch in the news. And you know what? Do your due diligence. Take the time out to do it. So let's talk about some of these investments that work for you. I'm going to give you 2 companies right now that if you went to Stash and you downloaded Stash app, take a look at, and I love this guy because he's kicking ass, Amazon. Mr. Jeff, I believe his name is Mr. Jeff Bezos. This man ain't skipping a beat. He's into everything. His company, his business. He got the movies going on. He got the food going on. Whole Foods, y'all. Whole Foods is all Amazon. He got the books going on. He got a whole lot of stuff going on. Check out Amazon. Next, check out Apple. Check out Apple. Those are 2. There's more I want to give you, but I'm going to let you start off with those 2. Apple, Amazon, Stash app. Next, consider, and I know when, you know what, I'm going to put what I have last, I'm going to put that second. And I'm going to mention this gentleman's name. I don't know if he is with me tonight in my live stream, but I'm going to give him a shout out. I'm going to give him a shout out because he is all about helping people with financial literacy. He's all about helping people with financial literacy. And with what he does, it is definitely a financial literacy lesson. I went to, I think, 2 of his classes. So I'm going to put his name out. I don't even know his last name. Anyway, his name is Steve Savoy. He does foreign exchange trading. It's called Forex trading. And the gentleman that you want to connect with and get more information is my good friend, Steve Savoy. Look him up. Do a Facebook search, type in Steve Savoy. Reach out to him. If this is something that you think that you may be interested in, reach out to Mr. Steve Savoy, Forex Trading, and let him know that I gave him a shout out on the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show of Sador Radio, so he knows why you is calling him. Okay? Now, I'm going to put my next to last. I'm going to put that third. real estate. Get involved in real estate and have the real estate work for you. You want more information on that? I will give you the company that can help you with that. Just give me a call at 267-864-8639. Now let's talk about some precious metals. These are precious metals that you can invest in and have money working for you. But I want you to keep this in mind. If you decide to go this route with precious metals, it fluctuates with the economy, but has more value than a dollar bill. So precious metals fluctuate with the economy, but still has a higher value than a dollar bill. Now, for all my jewelry makers out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you create your jewelry with precious metals. Because when we go to the manufacturers, they weigh it. They weigh it, and what they charge us is based on the economy for how much it is going for that day, because it changes every day. So here are your precious metals: silver, gold, platinum, palladium, copper. Titanium used to be on my list. Last year, titanium was on my list, but it's still there. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the top 5. Top 5, everybody. Silver, gold, platinum, palladium, and copper. Believe it or not, copper, it is what it is. So as far as resetting in a recession, I believe I have given you something, a starting point. I've given you a starting point for forward thinking, being prepared for the unexpected. This is so freaking important because we did not expect this to happen. And who's to say that it won't ever happen again? Who's to say that we can go back to what we know as norm? What we have today is our new norm. There was a lady that my daughter met. And the lady, she was an older lady. She told my daughter that her and her husband went to the bank and withdrew all of their money. This was an older woman who definitely had bank. Her and her husband went to the bank, took out all of their money. Want to know what her reason was? You never know when you're going to need your money. And what happens when you need your money and you can't get it? That's what she told my daughter. And my thing is this: I'm not saying go and do what this lady did, take all your money out the bank account. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario, and I can see why this woman went to the bank and took all her money out. I can see why she did that. Hypothetically, feel me for a minute. Just feel me with this, okay? Let's say that, you know, in today's time, the times that we're living in today, your money, FDIC insured, your money is in the bank. You believe that you can always get your money and have access to your money when you need it. Thanks for the thumbs up and heart love. What happens? Just go with me with this. What happens when the banks close down, but the ATMs is still up and the ATMs run out of money? What happens then? When the ATMs run out of money? Because if you know, like I know, when I hate going to the bank today because the banks are closed. So you gotta drive up, wait in a line. I've waited as long as an hour in a car trying to get a transaction done in the bank because they was closed. People who had short-term stuff, they was going to the ATM. But if the banks are closed and everybody's supposed to be home and the ATM run out of money and you need to get some essentials, but you can't get no essentials because the ATM don't have no more money because everybody before you got the money. What you gonna do? So I understand why this older woman did what she did. Oh, Antoinette, you was in there for 2 hours? I only waited an hour. I understand why she went to the bank and she just emptied, took all her money, took it out the bank, took her money home and put it in a safe. Because her thinking is, I know where my money at in case I ever need it, compared to the time and days that we living in today. So I get why she did it. Makes a lot of sense. Gave me something to think about. I'm not saying I'm going to the bank and take out all my money. I might not do that, but it is definitely something to think about. Not so much as like take everything out. I would take out some. I would definitely take out some. I don't know about all. But if times got bad, much worse than what they are today, that's something to consider. At least you know where your money's at. Antoinette says, yes, crazy. And I took all of my money out of one account. See, she's not the only one that's out there taking out all her money to be on the safe side. Oh, okay. My daughter took all her money out of her account too. People are preparing. You gotta mental paradigm shift, everybody. Mental paradigm shift. You gotta start thinking forward, outside the freaking box. Forward thinkers. The last part before I go is I want to talk about this, and this may be unnerving to some people, but it's what's happening, and it's unacceptable behavior. And for people that are going through this, okay, Internet says she left the minimal in. For people that are going through this, I'm going to suggest, because that's all I could do, is suggest what options are available to you. Having said that, here is my disclaimer. I am not a freaking attorney. Neither am I a CPA. However, I do have common sense. Some things is simply not acceptable. So let's talk about what has risen because of the stay-at-home orders, as well as the quarantines, meaning the stay-at-home quarantines. There has been an increase in domestic violence, an increase in child abuse, an increase in suicide. Those are the three things since this pandemic started has been an increase as far as the suicide. Can we say that people who commit suicide, they was going to commit it anyway? And is COVID-19, do COVID-19 have something to do with it? The researchers believe that it does have something to do with it, especially in today's time. So consider this. Our mortgage is due. Our rent is due. Credit cards is due. Babies, children need clothing. We need food. We need personal items. We need all that good stuff. And if there is no money, there's no money, it can cause havoc in a household. There's women that are being abused. There's children that is getting lit up like a Christmas tree for no reason. Alcoholism up. And y'all say, well, Carol, the alcohol stores was closed. Yeah, they were. But guess what? Before they closed, people stocked up on alcoholic beverages. And then you have other stores that's considered essential stores. They sell beer and wine. People can get lit up off of beer and wine. Internet says, and you don't know and you don't where the money is coming from. That's true. Very true. So women, and you know what? I'm gonna say this to brothers and sisters, to kings and queens. If you believe that a woman is being physically abused, it's okay to ask her. If you think it, if you suspect it, whether she's being abused, the children are being abused, or someone that is contemplating suicide. Think about that. It's okay, because I heard someone say mental health workers, mental health employers, mental health employees is not important. They're not essential. I differ with you on that. I have heard people say, well, mental health, they're not important, they're not essential. I differ with you big time on that one, because you never know what state of mind a person may be in. You never know. You may think that you know someone, and you really don't. Why? Because they committed suicide. And when it comes to speaking about suicide and believing that you know someone, and you never know what a person is thinking, they look good, meaning they appear in good health, they're talking, and then the next day they're gone because they took their own life. So it's okay to ask someone, if you suspect that someone is thinking about it, or you're talking to them and you hear some key words in conversation that they may be thinking about that, get them some help. There's hotline numbers in every city, state, county. Get them some help. But I'm going to go this far to say this, and this I learned in my training as a CO when I was a correctional officer. If someone is giving you an indication that they may be thinking about suicide, you don't leave that person alone. That's a person you do not let them go nowhere by themselves at all. Mm-mm. If you think it just a little tiny bit, you want to get that person some help. No life deserves to be taken. It's too precious. And this person may believe they have nothing to live for when they have everything to live for. They just need some guidance, and they need to find a way back to the light. And they need professional help. Antoinette says you need to find out if they have a plan. That's true. If they have a plan. As for the children that is being abused and the women that is going through domestic violence, ladies, I say to you, like, I've heard a lot of things about, I've heard some comments that women have put out about what they would do if they was in a situation, and the comments that I hear from women, oh my gosh, and these are strong-minded women that don't tolerate jack shit. But I'm gonna keep it on this level. If your woman is going through domestic violence and your children or your child is being abused, and it all has to do with, it's all centered around the status that COVID-19 has us in. People are around their spouses, their loved ones, the people in their house. You're around each other damn near 24 hours a day, and you're going to get on each other's nerves at some point, unless y'all will just chill out. But ladies, if you're going through it, there's a hotline number in every city, in every county, in every state where you can go and get help. Call that number and do whatever you need to do to get yourself out of that situation. Antoinette says you don't know what you would do until it's happening to you. Antoinette, that's true. That's true. But when you give someone options, you give them options. They may not know that they have options, but you give them, you plant that seed and you give them options, they will start to think, am I going to stay in this situation that is literally tearing me apart? Or am I going to do something about it to get out of this situation and protect me and my children if children is involved? I'm gonna tell you what happened to me today. I was teaching one of my classes online, and in the middle of my class, one of my students sent me a private text. The private text, she should have been in class. The private text said, I will be late, I'm in a fight. That's what the text said. Sometimes as teachers, I don't care what level that I'm teaching, whether I'm teaching high school children or I'm teaching adults. I have always had a student that was going through some type of abuse, some type. When I taught high school, it was high school children that was going through it. Now it's adults. I teach adults, and I get that, adults. So fast forward, When she got back in class, I can see that everything with her was off. You can see that she was in a fight. But she did come to class online. And in class, I said, listen, are you all right? And she said, no, not really. I said, you know what? After class, I want you to give me a call and we'll have a conversation. Fast forward, because I'm in class online for 6 hours a day. Fast forward in the day, she calls and she tells me what she's going through. And what it was this boyfriend hitting on her, not acceptable, totally not acceptable. And my question was, who house or who apartment is it? When she said mine, I'm like, hey, you need to do what you need to do to protect you if you don't feel safe. And that's the way I left it. I gave her some options and she knew what she had to do to stay safe. Because she's one of those women, she's not backing down. She's man or female, she's going to fight. You hit her, she's going to strike back. No man has no right to lay hands on any female, period. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck what your reason is. No man has a right to lay hands on a female. Children, that goes for children too. But there's a thing with discipline. But to abuse a child any kind of way, wrong answer. Ladies, protect yourself. Ladies, queens, sisters, you're in an abusive relationship, you need to do what you need to do to protect you. That's my time. You have been listening to, okay, internet. Internet says man or woman cause, yeah, men or women cause men get abusive. Yes, men do get abused, internet, that's true. But same time, this is what I have to say to women. Ladies, if you strike first, don't expect for that man not to hit your ass back. Moral of that story is keep your goddamn hands to yourself. And you won't worry, you don't have to be concerned about a man kicking your ass or beating on you because you struck him first. Keep your hands, because a man's reaction is going to naturally, you hit a man, he's naturally going to react. He's going to want to hit you back. He might refrain himself. Some do, some don't. Depending on the situation. Either way, keep your hands to yourself. That's my story, and you have been watching Let's Talk of Carolyn on the Sador radio station. My time is up. It is 22:04. I'd like to take the time out to thank you for giving me 2 hours of your time. Internet, thank you for tuning in and engaging. I appreciate that. Andrew, thank you for tuning in. Diva, thank you for tuning in. Mr. Russell, badass, thank you for tuning in. Wanda, thank you for tuning in. Keith, thank you for tuning in. AJ the DJ, thanks for tuning in. Check out my friend AJ the DJ, y'all. Thanks for tuning in and for engaging. Michael, sweetheart, thank you for tuning in. Eric, thank you for tuning in. Doynes, thank you for tuning in. Sanaa Carey, thank you for tuning in. Dwayne, thank you for tuning in. Lay Miles, thank you for tuning in. Oliver, thank you for tuning in. Ricky, long time I haven't seen you in decades. Thank you for tuning in. And Karen Gibson, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. for giving me 2 hours out of your time. I hope that I have given you some valuable information that you can look back on, that you can share. I will also be loading this up on JBL TV Network, which will be on the Fire Stick and on the Roku for you to go back and watch. If you have a Fire Stick, and also if you have a Roku, you can also watch me on there, but give me time to upload it to the network. That's my time, everybody. Radio Land. Thank you for tuning in. Catch me next Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. And by all means, stay safe. Do what you got to do. Stay in the house. Do all that good stuff. And please wear your mask. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Radio Land, this is for you. If you catch this on a replay, just type in replay. And thank you for sticking with me for 2 hours, giving me time out of your day. Take care.